joining us again on Your Kentuckian at Home. We are back with a happy Window World customer, Mr. Couch. Thanks for inviting us in your home today.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So how long have you had the Window World windows?
I've had the Window World windows since about June of this year.
Well, so not too long.
Not too long.
But you've been very happy with them.
From the day one.
What made you choose this type of window with Window World?
I had been looking at windows, and I had wooden casement windows, and I knew I never wanted another casement window. And also, I wanted a maintenance-free window. And so I just started doing some research, and that's how I came up with Window World window. And I found out about Window World windows through Dave Ramsey. I listen to Dave Ramsey a lot, and I trust Dave Ramsey. He's a man of integrity. And so my neighbors and I had talked, and he replaced all of his windows also before I did. And we talked about different windows, and he said, Dave, he said, our neighbor across the street met the salesperson for Window World, and he was highly pleased with him. And I said, well, that's the man I need to talk with. So my neighbor called Tom from Window World, and he came over and he said, Dave, he said, I cannot believe how nice of a person Tom is, and he represented Window World really well. And I said, well, I'll talk to Tom. And I called Tom, and Tom came out, and my wife was here that day, and could have not had a more pleasant talk. He was more like an old friend than a sales rep, because, I mean, we talked about a lot of different things. And so I'm a man that takes a lot of time and a lot of thought. So I put off the windows for almost another year. So I went down to Window World and looked at their displays, and I met their general sales manager and talked with him. And so then when I came back home, I thought, you know, Window World sounds like the window I want. And I thought about it for a while longer, and then finally I called Tom back up, and Tom came out, and we sat down there in the kitchen at the table, and he and my wife, we all three talked a lot about windows, but a lot about everything else too. And anyway, I told him I wanted a maintenance-free window. Well, he demonstrated the window again for me, and I knew that's the window I wanted. And then the salespeople that came in, or not the salespeople, but the installers came, and they got right to work. And if I owned a company and I was hiring someone to install my windows, I'd want people just like that to install my windows, because they were busy. I didn't walk around and look at every installer, but installers were like bees running back and forth. They had about 8 people out here. On account I bought 10 windows, and they had the windows in and out in about 4 hours. And we have been pleased ever since.
Wow, that's pretty nice. 10 windows in 4 hours?
10 windows in 4 hours. They did a great job on it. Every installer the installers had a different job. One taking windows out, one cleaning the putty and different things out from around the windows, another person setting the windows in, and then 2 people adjusting and setting the windows in right. And I think they're a fantastic window. I really do. I'm well pleased with it.
They've made a big difference in your home so far.
Well, I think so. You don't hear the noise outside. I don't hear the planes flying over anymore. I don't even hear the rain. So I've got to have a neighbor, somebody to call me and say, hey, it's raining outside. I kind of miss not knowing if it's going to storm or not. But I do like it. And the windows are relatively easy to take care of. And we feel very comfortable with the windows. I like to say the noise is at a minimum, and our dust levels have really greatly improved. I even told my wife, I said, hey, I'll even dust the furniture from now on.
I bet she enjoyed that.
But it's only once every 3 weeks now.
That's a big deal. You have more time to enjoy your family.
Well, it is a big deal to have things put in right, the people you can trust. And I did have one little small flaw in the one window out of the 10, and I called and they sent someone out and they promptly took care of that problem for me, and I'm very happy with Window World.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing your story today and welcoming us into your home.
That's fine, that's fine.
We'll be back with Greg Morris, the General Manager of Window World, in just a moment. Hi, we're back with Greg Morris, who is the General Manager of Window World. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
So Mr. Couch said that one of the reasons why he chose Window World is because of Dave Ramsey.
Yes, you know, there's a lot of customers who come to Window World just because of our affiliation with certain people, Dave Ramsey being one, U of L, of course, and we're proud sponsors of St. Jude, one of the biggest charities that we're involved with. Window World tries to tie in with a lot of people who have integrity, and they really take a look at the company before they do business with us, and that's a big key, a big factor to why they do business with Window World.
And one of your slogans is Window World Cares, and you can really tell that your employees do by the way Mr. Couch was talking about his relationship with Tom.
You know, that's a key factor here when people choose to purchase something as a total investment for their home. They want to be able to trust the salesperson and the company. So we take great pride in coming out, not being high pressured, demonstrate the product, how it works, how it's going to benefit the customer, and let them make the decision instead of tactics and high pressure. We just don't do that. We don't believe in it.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today, Greg. We really appreciate it.
Okay.
We always love having you on the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Your Kentuckiana Home in just a moment.
Welcome to Your Kentuckiana Home